Okay, it's Monday, we're back at it. We got a bunch of little things to do. Well, we got a bunch of big things to do, but we're probably going to be tackling more little things. Yeah, so there has been some questions asked about, or concerns about the setup of the car because the car was working so good this year. And it's true, the car really worked good. The balance of the car was nearly perfect. It had a touch of understeer still. Probably due to one side having way too much negative camber. I don't know how that managed to leave here with too much negative camber, but it did. So, but what I want to say is that all the important suspension settings, you know, the caster, the camber, the, you know, the roll center, and all those settings, they're all exactly the same because all those things are attached to the main frame. The square tubing, this main frame rails, that whole part, that is all exactly the same as it was. So like the setting for these bars, exactly the same. This is exactly the same. I was very careful measuring this third link when I put the new mount on there, that it would be exactly the same place. And in the front, all the important stuff, it's all, none of that moved. That's all exactly the same place. So in theory anyways, the car should have exactly the same balance, except the car is going to be lighter. That really is the big changes. Hopefully we're going to be getting 60, 70 pounds. Maybe you get lucky and get 100 pounds out of this. So that should be fine. It should all work out really good. Anyways, I'm going to keep messing around with little things, rad mount and mounting. I think I'm going to try to mount the rear bodywork, make sure that that's in the proper place, because I don't want to put the rad in and find out, oh, it gets in the way of the diffuser or whatever it is. So I don't know, this video could land up being all over the place because I'm just going to tackle little things here and there, and so that's where we're at. So follow along. Okay, I got my scales out. I'm going to weigh all of the stuff that I cut out of the car. Now this doesn't take into account the new stuff I'm putting back in the car, but I want to get a weight on all the stuff that I pulled out of the car. So we're going to do that now. Okay, well, that's almost 200 pounds worth of steel that I've cut out of it. So if I can keep it to only welding back in another 100 pounds, then we're going to be doing really good. That would be really awesome. So, all right, well, we'll see what happens. What I found interesting was that the motor mount I had on the one side, just on the right side of the motor, was 11 pounds by itself. 11 pounds. The new one that's in there is like two pounds. So, you know, 9 pound savings right there. And the metal plate that used to hold the pedals and the steering column in place, that was 9 pounds by itself, which has been replaced by something that weighs half a pound. So quite a weight savings right there. So anyways, I found that to be very interesting. All right, back to her. All right, I have all the bodywork back on. Wow, I'm stunned by how much room there is back here now. Like what all, was it this much before? I mean, I guess it was, but man, it looks strange. It just looks really strange. Like I have giant real estate here where I used to have all kinds of stuff in here. It seems like I made the car longer somehow. I don't know, it's very strange, but it's probably because this here is flipped around. It used to be here, and then coming from down here was the radiator, and now that's all going to be, yeah, but now I got to build a structure that holds up the whole back end of the car, and it's got to be strong enough that the downforce from my rear spoiler pushing down on this isn't going to tear it off. So yeah, I gotta this is going to take some thought figuring out how to do this. I suspect I'm going to do some kind of aluminum mounts, but we'll see.
Okay, it took hours to do this, but I finally got it. But this is my rear sway bar mount. It goes through the frame, and my my mount for the panhard is triangulated. I still have more to do. I'm probably going to add a little corner piece here, because the CAD program says that this shock is not strong enough as it is, that this is actually going to flex up and down. So I need to add some to that. So I'll be putting some pieces going from the bottom up on both sides. But I'll be triangulating this a little bit to get some stiffness out of this. But pretty happy with that though. That looks really slick. All right, I got a couple more items tidied up today. Radiator is mounted, and yeah, I just put a little extension on here, top and bottom, and I have a brace here that my overflow tank and my oil air separator bolted to real nicely, and my expansion tank for the radiator is here. Although these mounts are meant for a 1 3/4 pipe, and this is only 1 1/2, so it's still a little, so I need to sort that out. I need to get that so it's tight. But anyways, it's just chipping away at little things, but I think that's going to work real good. The hose is kind of tight under the diff right now, but the diff is fully extended out the, straight. It's all the way down, so under normal circumstances, it's going to be quite a bit higher than that. And I've been working on this dash. So this is the cardboard aided design portion of it, but you can see what it's going to be. So I'll be cutting that out of aluminum, and I believe I'm getting a digital dash for that, so I'm not even going to cut anything in there until I get that dash. And I still have to figure out how to mount this cowl. Like right now it's just resting on here. I have no mounts at all, so I still need to figure that out. But yeah, little by little. One more job down.